you talk about playing the game, quote unquote, to win. But what about people that play the game to win for themselves? And how do I defeat them?
That's a good question. And it hit me.
Yeah.
When I saw that question, I was, ooh, that's a good point. And that's there's a very important distinction there, because I'm always saying play the game.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, you got to play the game. You gotta build the relationships with the boss, and you gotta learn what they like, and you gotta toe the party line. You gotta do the little things. You gotta support the corporate headquarters or the boss or the man, right? Or whatever entity is up in that ivory tower. I want you to play the game. Get them on your side. And the reason I say to do those things is that so you can get more control, so that people ask your opinion, so that you get listened to, so that perhaps you get promoted, which is good. But the reason you're doing all those things, the reason that you're playing the game, is to help your team accomplish the mission. That's what you are trying to do. It's to help your team accomplish the mission. Now, the other side of that is what this question is about. People that are playing the game for personal gain. They play the game so that they can get listened to, so they can drive their personal agenda. Yeah. So they can get promoted, and they want to get promoted so that they can abuse their power. And maybe that abuse of power is just working less. Maybe it's making other people do their crap jobs, whatever the case may be. But they've got an agenda, and they're going to try and get promoted so they can take care of themselves. And that is not why I tell you to play the game. And that's not why I played the game. And I definitely played the game, and I played to win. But I played because I wanted my squad or my platoon or my task unit or my training command to be able to better accomplish our mission. That's why I played the game. Now, there is a secondary benefit of playing the game, and that is that you could possibly get promoted earlier. You could get praise from the boss that looks good on your record, and all those things can happen when you're playing the game. But that's just like collateral sort of fringe benefits. But that's not why you're playing the game. You play the game to help the team win, and when the team wins, you win, which also makes the team win again. So it's like a positive cycle, because you start developing a good reputation. Now you get more leeway from the boss. And the more leeway you get from the boss, the more you have the ability to make maneuvers on the battlefield. The more you can maneuver on the battlefield, the more offensive you can be. The more offensive you can be, the more you win. And then you get more ability to move more, because your boss is giving you even more room to maneuver. So it's a cycle. It's a good positive cycle. Now, when you have someone that's on the team that's playing the game for themselves, first of all, no one likes that person, right? Everyone can see that person. Yeah. No one likes them. And believe me, the military has unbelievable people that play the game for the best possible reasons, to help their platoon and help the mission and help succeed. There's also plenty of people in the military, and in every different line of work. There's plenty of people that play the game because they're looking out for themselves. Yeah. Looking out for number one, right? Isn't that the expression? Sure. They're looking out for number one. There's plenty of people. And I dealt with people like that all the time. And what did I do? I used it to my advantage. And I'll tell you what, I would get in their head. And what I would do is I would make them think that the best way for them to win for themselves personally was for the team to win. I would get that into their head, because a lot of times they miss that point. They're looking out for themselves. They're not worried about the team. And I would get them thinking that they're going to look the best if the team wins. Hey, if you really want to look good, the best way you can get promoted is if we look good. You know, if the team does great. If you get us the gear we want, the equipment we want, the training that we need, that's the best way. You're going to look awesome, because we're going to succeed more, and that's going to make you look good. And of course, I'm going to be more tactful, and I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying it. Right. That's getting those words. I'm getting the messaging is there. You know, I'm going to be saying things. Hey, you know, our boss doesn't like leaders that complain. Right. You know, hey, you can tell the boss he doesn't like complainers. You know what I mean? Little things like that, right? Hey, the boss likes to hear the truth about stuff. He wants to know. You know what I mean? Little things like that. And here's the thing. That person might get the promotion. Because what you've done is you've helped them act correctly, actually. And there's a chance, a decent chance, a good chance even, that they carry that forward. They realize that, hey, the best way to play the game is to help the team. And the best way to look good is to make the team good and succeed at the mission. And it's really, one of the classic cases, and we'll get into ownership a little bit, but if something goes wrong, right, the person that's looking out for themselves blames everyone else. And so that's a challenge, right? Because once that boss starts blaming everyone, then the whole team starts blaming each other. So how do you fix that? Well, we've talked about this a million times. You step up and say, hey, boss, this is my fault. And the boss goes, that's right, it's your fault. And there's a good chance that they recognize how positive that is. And it may take a while, and it may never happen because some people are just savages, right? Some people are just complete. They only care about themselves. They only care about the next promotion and getting the next award and getting the next bit of recognition. There's people like that. They're horrible. They're horrible. They exist, but they're pretty small. Most people, if they see, hey, this is working for this guy, it can work for me too, and that starts to spread. And the other thing that happens, I think, is if someone's just a flagrant self-promoter, that you might get them one promotion because you were there to kind of make them look good. But the next time around, they're going to get seen. They're going to get found out. People are going to realize what kind of person they are. And that's where it catches up with them. Yeah. So you keep playing the game. You keep working hard. Don't worry about them, and actually do your best to help them out. The person that's like self-promoting, do your best to help them out. If they're the boss, make them look good. I always want to make my boss look good. Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to help you in the long run. It hurts sometimes. Yeah. It's hard to do sometimes. Yep. Our ego gets in the way sometimes. Got to put that ego in check. Yeah. Because what's more important? Because if you're my boss, Echo, and you're doing this just to make yourself look good, if I then undermine you, well, and now we don't accomplish the mission as well, I'm actually a bad person because I didn't do my best to accomplish the mission. Right? We didn't look good. Yeah. I'm not worried about how we look, but we failed in our mission, or we didn't do our mission to the best of our ability. Yeah. So no, I'm not going to let that happen. You want to look great? Cool. I want to make you look great because I want us to look great doing our mission because that's what's important to me. Yeah. And if so some of the collateral damage of that is that you look great even though you're a jerk and I get you promoted, that's okay. Because eventually you're going to get found out. Yeah. Or you're going to learn to be a better person and to support the team, and that's how you got promoted, and you're going to realize that and you'll become a good leader.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that one. Like I always have, where people can see that too.
They can see it.
Like if your boss is like a self-promoter or whatever, and you have it in your head. I understand this because I've been in a situation where I'm like, shoot, I kind of feel inside like I don't want to like go make an effort to make him look good kind of thing because it's like he doesn't deserve it kind of thing. And what? I'm going to make him look good, and now everyone's going to think that he looks good, kind of thing. But then when you really think about it, no, they're not. Like they see exactly how that guy acts. Yeah,
you're right.
And the same goes though for you. Like if you're like if you're just focusing on the positive stuff, you know how like you're what do they say? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. If you're really doing that, like. People notice that too. They're like, man, that guy's like really positive.
He's
really
attitude.
Focusing on this, kind of thing. Like people see it.
And this doesn't mean you're just Mr. Positive sugarcoating everything. And no, it's not. We're not talking about that. But you are not focusing on the negative. Yeah. Instead of saying, oh, we're horrible at this. You say, you know what? We got some deficiencies here. Here's what I'm going to do to fix them.
Yeah. Yeah.
How simple is that? Just do better.
Yeah, and the point is, people they see. Don't think that like you're gonna help make this guy look good, and they're gonna not see it, and they're just gonna fall for his trick or something. Bro, they see that.
They see
most of the time.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
That example that you said about playing to their ego or whatever, where you're like, hey, you're gonna look really good if we accomplish it. So you ever seen the movie Moana?
I saw 3 minutes of it.
Oh, see, there you go. She does. So the main guy is the demigod. His name is Maui, played by The Rock, by the way, Dwayne Johnson. Great movie, by the way. She does him like that. She's like, hey, they got to go do this mission, to restore the heart, whatever. It's a long story, and he's like, whatever, reluctant, and she's like, hey, you'll be a hero again, and he's like, I'm already a hero. She's like, well, not for a while, you haven't done anything lately, but if you do this, then you'll be the hero to everyone, and of course he does it, of course, but yeah, man, it's good.
Sometimes
show.
you gotta play
good
the
example.
ego.
It works. There it is, proof on Moana.